Squid Game blew up the internet. It was a global sensation with millions of fans around the world. But even a hit like this didn't go without its mistakes and hidden details that most of us completely missed. From number mix-ups to real phone numbers, today I'll reveal 10 weird mistakes and Easter eggs that even the most observant fans didn't catch. Subscribe so you don't miss the next breakdown. Player numbers are a big deal in Squid Game. Some of them even hint at future events. But here's the weird part. Two different players ended up with the same number. Oops, either it's a database bug, or the creators are just messing with us. In one episode, we get a glimpse of the player's database, and surprise! One of them supposedly has a birth year of 1897. That would make him over 100 years old. Turns out, this was just a typo later corrected to 1987. Still, fans couldn't resist making jokes about this immortal champion of Korean childhood games. In round 2, players carve shapes out of sugar candy. In one frame, the umbrella looks simple enough, but in the next, its outline suddenly becomes way more complicated. Looks like someone on the props team decided to crank up the difficulty level. Did you notice Sung Gi-hun pretending to eat? In one scene, while having a meal with Oh Il-nam, he scoops up food with an empty spoon. Was this an actor's slip-up or just a budget-saving strategy? In the original Korean, Han Min-yeo says, "I'm very smart but I never had the chance to study." But the English subtitles translate this to, "I'm not a genius but I still got it." In Korea, being smart but poor is a common character trope, but that nuance was totally lost in translation. One moment Sung Gi-hun is using a Samsung S7 and the next, bam, it's an S3. Maybe the props team made a mistake or maybe someone accidentally swapped their own phone with the prop on set. A phone that lasts 2 weeks without charging? Sounds like science fiction, but that's exactly what happens in the show. Hwang Jun-ho films, calls, and texts, all while only losing 50% battery life. Guess Samsung's secret survival mode is really next level. Oops, the creators accidentally used a real phone number. After the show's release, the number's actual owner received hundreds of calls from fans. They later changed the number in re-released versions, but imagine getting thousands of calls overnight. Young Ho-yeon nailed her portrayal by switching between a North Korean accent in her flashbacks, and a South Korean one while speaking to the other players. Non-Korean speakers probably missed this small but important detail. Here's a detail most people missed. The walls of the players' room had clues about the upcoming games. As more players were eliminated, more clues became visible. If you paid close attention, you could have guessed the next round ahead of time. Those were some of the biggest mistakes and Easter eggs in Squid Game. Which ones did you catch yourself? Drop a comment below. Let's talk about it. In the next video, I'll dive into the hidden messages and social critiques behind the series games. Subscribe so you don't miss it.